Okay. We can do it how? We can do Playeble, right? Right. Katilda do Playeble. Then we do play Gala Greeters. And we do play Recruitment Officer. Good turn 3, no? Welcome everybody to another beautiful deck shortly before Perexia All Will Be One is arriving, and today we are gonna look in a build around Defiler of Faith. I think one of the most underplayed Defilers. I see why, because he hasn't entered the battlefield ability immediately, but we can follow up maybe with some other cool synergies with it. And let's go shortly to the deck, because the deck is a little bit more complex to play, but you're gonna definitely need to check out the gameplay part to understand how certain things work, because we have a lot of possibilities in this deck with card draw. For example, we have our officer that can find us almost everything in our deck that we need, but also Parkite Pegasus. How often did you saw this card being used? I believe almost never. And this card draws me so many cards, especially in this build, because we can go so fast. We have a perfect curve from turn 3. We can escalate on the board and going super wide with all the tokens creation and pumping our tokens, but also we have a lot of interaction. If you notice, I try to adapt this deck to the current meta so we can perform against the mono blue opponents, the mono black opponents with our Destroy Evil, 4 copies of, because things needs to be dead, and this is what Destroy Evil does best. We can destroy artifacts and enchantments with it, such as Wedding Announcement, or maybe even against mono red, something like the Merchandise Warfare is really great answer for 2 mana. They invest 3 mana, you invest 2 mana, so you have mana advantage. This is how Magic games are won. Then we have also, of course, our Wandering Emperor as an interaction or as a direct removal spell to something that maybe can make a lot of ouch. This is why Wandering Emperor is here, but also Wandering Emperor plays amazing role with another really cool card. This is Torens, Fist of the Angel, or I call him the Angel Fister. I'm sorry for my humor, but this is how I always used to call him. Check out my old video with, it was calling Baldy Builder. I think it's one of the oldest on my channels, over a year ago. There Torens play a crucial role, and just a really fun card that can escalate really fast. And there is a great synergy with Emperor, because we can suddenly start pumping creatures that can train all our other creatures, including Torens himself, but also the tokens that he's producing can be trained. And if we are speaking about tokens, of course we're gonna speak also about King Daryl, the king that comes in, pump everything, but then also can make our tokens indestructible. So we are here a little bit protection proof against sweepers, but currently run sweepers, usually the sweepers that are currently played, is not a sweeper in a way of sweeping, but things like Farewell or things like Drag to the Bottom. I think also no, Geeks Command I can play around, because Geeks Command say destroy all creature with power 2 or less, so we can play around it, definitely. But the most sweepers that I'm scared of is definitely Drag to the Bottom and Farewell, and King Daryl do not protect us against these sweepers. This is why you see only 1 copy, because sometimes we can find it with a lot of card draw and then suddenly make everything bigger. It's like a GG button, right? If you find your King Daryl with a white board, you play it on the top, it's like you click on GG and it's done. Then also 2 copies of our Welcoming Vampire, because Welcoming Vampire synergies here again amazingly. It draws us cards not only with our Defiler of Faith. Who doesn't know what it does? Let's check it shortly out. It's a 5 mana 5/5 with Vigilance, so amazing stats. It's also Vigilant Tribe with our Adeline, if you wanna say so. And we can pay life instead of mana cost, white mana cost, right? So this allows us, for example, to play our Recruitment Officer just for 2 life instead of spending mana, and instantly trigger our Defiler of Faith, because his trigger says whenever we cast a white permanent spell, we gonna create a 1/1 soldier creature token, so not even a human. This is a blasphemy. Why we are not creating humans? If he's a Phyrexian humans, let us create humans. This will be amazing in a human tribal. But this synergy again allow us to draw cards with our Pegasus, but also allow us to trigger our Gala Greeters for getting more life, for ramping ourselves and so on, and get everything bigger and wider. And this is why this deck has a really good performance, especially against mid-range decks where the people tend to have one or two creatures that maybe try to protect, like Mono Blue, for example, or Grixis. They usually have not so many creatures to protect themselves against this token madness, and if we go in, we're gonna deal serious damage. For the mana base, we have 24 lands, and with average of 2.6, I think this is also a really good number, and shortly another small synergy for you before we're gonna go in our gameplay is our Gala Greeter with our Resolute Reinforcer. That is why you see two of them. Why? Because you can trigger Gala Greeter on opponent's turn and instantly have more mana available, maybe the mana that you exactly need to play or your Defiler of Faith in the next turn to start rolling in or snowballing into the winning the game. With this being said, I wish you a lot of fun in the gameplay part, and let's go straight there. Alright, here we are in our first game against Petko with our Selesnya Defiler of Faith build. Let's see if our tokens, and especially our Torens, can carry us to the victory here. And looks like opponent is maybe Mono Blue, our favorite opponents, definitely Mono Blue. And Destroy Evil will definitely come handy against our Genie. Ouch. My kitty decided to join us, sleeping on my lap, but my legs fall asleep. So I need to move sometimes. Mono Blue keeping up some counter spells. I'm not particularly sad if my opponent gonna counter Join the Dance, but sure, if this is what he wants to do, why not? This is actually a not bad follow-up, to be honest, and I do not expect my opponent to counter Join the Dance, but I think he maybe will do, and it will be really good for us. No, he don't. Okay, this is really good, really good. And Mono Blue evolved a little bit. If you maybe notice it, they don't run as much counter spells as they used to run, and they run much more protection spells, right? Like Sleep Out the Back and stuff like this. So this is maybe something that speaks for us. And Fading Hopes, obviously. So we're gonna see what my opponent has to offer next. This is 3 mana where I don't want to go with Torens now, because I want to play Recruitment Officer and then chill, and then next turn when he plays a Genie, destroy Evil the Genie, and then play Torens follow up by another officer that instantly produce the token with training. That will put a lot of pressure on my opponent, I believe so. So this is like the perfect turn in my head, right? So let's go and see what my opponent decides to do for 3 mana. Maybe draw some cards, right? Impulse. I believe my opponent has something. I believe my opponent runs maybe something like Negate or some other shenanigans. That will be okay. Will be okay. If Destroy Evil will pick out some of his counter spells, will be okay. Opens up for Torens play with our Recruitment Officer, and the turn afterwards another Destroy Evil will take out maybe a counter spell or a protection spell so our creatures can attack with it. This is why, let's see, turn 4 usually it is this Genie turn. This is why I like to keep some instant speed interaction for the Genie, so my turn is free. So here comes the Genie, totally okay with it. And 4/4 Genie, let's see if he has a protection spell here ready, right, or he has a counter spell maybe. Both is possible. Negate is possible because Genie reduced the cost, and Sleep Out the Back is open to protect the Genie. So my kitty decides to leave us, this is good. Oh, let's change, let's switch the positions. She wants to go Fading Hope, okay. She wants to go to the toilet. Fading Hope is okay, because this opens up exactly this play that I told you already. From our Torens into the Recruitment Officer to create a training token and just be more present on the board. So we're gonna see what my opponent can do now from here. This is a lot of damage already for the next turn. Don't think that this is to underestimate. This is an interesting approach. I can play Katilda first, trigger the Torens to create another token. My opponent has maybe some counter spell, huh? Katilda gives me access to a lot of mana, like a lot of mana. Especially with Torens in combination, we have... okay, opponent goes for Essence Scatter. We go for Kill on the Genie in response. Torens still triggers. Torens is a cast trigger, so it doesn't matter. It's not an ETB trigger, right? Doesn't matter if it enters the battlefield and whatever happens. Opponent will shore up, okay. Opponent is 8. I think I can go for damage, right? I think I can do so. That's okay. We have 2 other tokens. Even if he interacts with Torens, I don't even have something to follow up on Torens. And this is a lot of damage. So my opponent needs to be really careful what he's doing. Right, this is down to 6. And I believe if you don't put more bodies on the board, it's already lethal attack, right? Even if he blocks, let's say, an officer, this will be lethal attack. What the fuck are you? Great. 2 mana instant, Surveil 2, draw a card. Not bad. Surveil 2, so he can fill up his graveyard with instant and sorceries for the Genie. And then draw a card. It's good. It's good. Honestly. Not joking. Great, but super weird art, huh? Don't like this art. Looks weird. The dude looks weird. They should have made Dwayne The Rock Johnson on the picture, and then you got me. Then you got me. And I'm not gonna hate on Mono Blue anymore. Yeah, heard from Absentum, by the way, that the thingy from the early access event from the streamers and creators, where I applied 4 times and didn't even receive a thank you for your time message. Honestly? Okay. Okay. Is this enough? I'm not sure if this is enough.
Now you've done it. That's coming on.
I'm not sure if this is enough, but we're gonna see. Because there's a lot of damage again. My opponent can block 1, 2, but then 2, 2, and 2 comes through, so I think this is lethal attack. Doesn't matter how my opponent tries to bend it or to turn it. Yeah, Petko, thank you for your game, thank you for playing Mono Blue, and Go White strategies are very powerful. Let's go next. And here we are on the draw. I believe the last game was on the draw too, right? Or did we play it first? I don't remember. Against Korn on Jakob, or Korn on Jakob. But I think it's Korn on Jakob should mean. And we're gonna keep this hand. We have some acceleration for our Defiler. We have some other possibilities. Pegasus is not particularly synergistic with Katilda, but we're gonna still play our Pegasus first. And opponent gonna play his... We draw lands. Wow, game. I don't want to draw lands. I want to draw more. Let's see if opponent gonna interact with Pegasus or if he has something else. Sure. Let's attack. We didn't have 2 creatures enter the battlefield this turn. This is okay. Katilda gonna enter as a single creature, and let's see if the next turn we can do something else. Opponent is on Dimir, maybe Dimir control, right? I believe this is some Dimir control shenanigans here. Flash Gorger, okay. Flash Gorger is okay. This is actually also a good draw. Because this will allow me to draw a bunch of cards. So let's play Defiler. And let's play you for the Pyrexia mana. And then let's escalate a little bit. Let's see if our Defiler of Faith will carry us to victory here. Draw a card. How often did you saw Park Fight Pegasus drawing your card? Honestly. I don't think often. Opponent gonna attack... Oh, wait. I'm thinking what he can have. Is this a trap? Is this a trap? I'm pushing out. I'm pushing a little bit. I'm sorry. A little bit scared to do here anything. Opponent with Vortex, okay. Sure. Not a biggie, not a biggie. Then let's play Welcoming Vampire into Gala Greeter. Then gonna draw me a card and hide Pegasus with Officer. With everybody gonna attack. Okay. Good draw. Good draw. Gonna draw me card with Welcoming Vampire. Gonna create some treasures with Gala Greeters. Opponent on 5 mana. Maybe Tethys? Scythian Insights. Not as impactful. You need a sweeper, my friend. He needs a sweeper. And he should not attack. Attacking here is not smart. Not smart at all. But hey. So be it. So be it, my friend. 3 mana Katilda, sure. Protection from werewolves. I don't have werewolves right now, right here. We don't have werewolves at all. Another one. Interesting. Interesting approach here. Let's create treasure. Then let's attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because Adeline will create a token anyway, so to run into the Flesh Gorger, it's not necessary. I'm gonna put here a 1/1 counter. Still can play my Wandering Emperor, so don't forget about that, as long as my Katilda is alive. Okay? Okay. Playing the Wandering Emperor, and we're gonna draw a card from our Pegasus. How often did you saw it that we draw 2 cards from our Pegasus? How often? Be honest. Be honest. Nice! Nice! Drawing a card, another Adeline, is good. It's good. Opponent goes after Wandering Emperor, but I think if I see it right, opponent is dead next turn. Cut down, okay, sure. Something else? No? Okay. Sure. On Jakob, interesting approach. I think you're Dimir mid-range with some malice shenanigans. That is definitely okay. Down to 8, but if you don't have anything else, you will be dead. Do you know that? Do you know the way? 4 mana. Arcane Proxy, okay. Gets back what? Okay. But you can just bounce it. It's okay. Totally fine. Totally fine. Totally fine. Playing Adeline again. Putting counters on things. Getting in for some damage. Attacking. Gaining some life. Why not? Right, why not? Opponent blocks the 4/4. How much is this? Not enough. Ooh. Does this make things spicy? No, we don't have 1 more mana. Okay. So in this case, let's play Wandering Emperor, because I think my opponent runs counter spells. And minusing on this bad boy. Take action. End the turn.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
This is what you get for hurting my people. Bro? Bro? Are you okay, bro? Opponent gonna maybe sweep? Maybe. This will be okay. No. Opponent Jakob didn't want to sweep and didn't want to play more with us because he blinked his Flesh Gorger and this is what his deck did the best. How often did we draw now cards for Pegasus? Not bad, huh? I think it's not bad. So let's go further. Let's try to climb a little bit more together. And here we are against MJ12 Wesker, most likely a Resident Evil fan. Thumbs up for Resident Evil, my friends. Against Mono Red on the draw. You know how it's gonna be, right? You know how it's gonna end. Not good. Not good. Not good. Opponent with most likely a bunch of interaction and removal, so let's see if our Join the Dance can survive it. And here we need our Gala Greeters badly. Like, badly. Wow. 3 damage or 1 thingy less? 1 thingy less. 1 thingy less, huh? Let's go with you. King Daryl I don't wanna play. Destroy Evil will be a possibility. Ay. Let's see what my opponent has to offer next, right? We have Destroy Evil for Warfare, and we have Eiganjo for the token. Wow. So if my opponent has no more thingies, I'm gonna definitely Eiganjo the freaking Swifter. Pass. So let's... No. Destroy target creature with toughness 4 or more, because I need a white source. It's more preferable here. Ooh. Oh. Don't mind me if I do. Don't mind me if I do. Life. Life is always better. Let's play our 4 swords, just in case we maybe top deck something, otherwise adversary, okay. Okay. I have some tokens here. I'm not gonna take 5 from this adversary, because this will be crazy, no? Crazy. Aye. Let's play the Pegasus. Let's get more life. Opponent has some interaction, right? Will be okay. Let's go here with the officer and end the turn. Chandra, okay.
Don't think a fancy dress means I didn't come here to fight. You're lucky this is a warning shot.
This is too much damage. I should have destroyed it when Chandra hit the board. Maybe my mistake. Because this is a lot of damage here. This is also a lot of damage, but what should I do? What should I do, right? Let's block it here. Okay. Get some life. And then we're gonna go after Chandra? I think so. Resolve.
Come on, Chandra.
Let's play you.
I know you can do better.
Create a treasure. End the turn. I strongly believe my opponent has some interaction. Yeah, here he has. Here he has. Okay. Sure. Creature to follow up? No. Recruitment officer gonna trade. Okay. Defiler of Faith gonna, I think, keep me more alive. Not gonna block with you, but maybe with you too. So Gala Greeter definitely not gonna ban, but how good are we holding against this opponent? Very good, I would say. Okay, one on you, Pegasus on you. I don't think, although my Pegasus will draw me card next turn, right? So let's go like this, because we have joined the dance. That's okay. Somewhere we need to get it out, right? Better than into my face. Okay. Let's do it like this. Let's put a counter, get some life. Let's see what we're gonna draw from it. Oh, Wandering Emperor is good. So I'm gonna play you. I think I turned it around. I think I turned it around. Believe it or not, but I believe in it. I think we turn it around against this mono red opponent on the draw. I wanna point it out, on the draw. Wow. Wow. Another Pegasus is not something I'm currently looking particularly into. And I think the Wandering Emperor will definitely be something. Yes. Yes. Against mono red on the draw. Again, huh? Let's go next. And here we are, going first against Gabriel Gabot. And this is a terrible hand to go first because we require our double land sources. And sometimes the games is really interesting. I notice it a lot. People playing... Going first, Destroy Evil will not be as powerful as it is. Sometimes people playing Grixis or 4 colors and hitting all their 4 colors on turn 3, but something like this. And sometimes you go dual color and or even monocolored and you cannot hit your colors, right? So you know what I mean. This is sometimes a really weird. So let's go with the Pegasus in front and we're gonna play the Welcoming Vampire. My opponent gonna exile it most likely with a cage or Stalker of Confinement, whatever you wanna call it. I call it a cage for 2 mana. There was this artifact for 2 mana in previous standard that used to exile things for XY. Oh, that's actually good. Draw us cards, draw us things opponent will not expect it, and gaining us some life, creating treasures, going in the air, drawing a lot of cards. You see how much cards draw we have for a Selesnya deck? For a Selesnya build, drawing so many cards is ridiculous. Ridiculous, I'm telling you. Destroy Evil great against the Kami. Sure, why not, right? Wandering Emperor also great against Kami. You wanna attack? Oh wow. He's attacking. Sure. Sure. Drawing cards, attacking my face. This is not bad, but this will not allow me to do a lot of things. So I think I would rather destroy target enchantment. And then go in the air for some damage. And keep my Wandering Emperor open. Then do anything else. I think this is the best play. Let's see if my opponent has Tamiyo safekeeping or something in this direction. Because this will be more painful for me. But, oh, nice. Clicking, so my opponent don't have the... thinking that I have the Wandering Emperor in my hand. Ooh. Michiko! I'm gonna give it on the Jukai, right, to get more life. This will be okay, I think. No, he gave it on the 9-9, yes. I love you. I love you. Gave it on the 9-9, opponent already, this is a done game, but we are still fighting. We are still fighting. Is this good? I think so, because Defiler is just a Defiler, right? Counters. Life. Counters. Life. Draw card. Okay. Before I make my decision what I do with the Wandering, I'm gonna pop some attacks. Oof. Tory boy, huh? I mean, the only thing that really concerns me here, to be honest, is the cameo of Tenzins, that it will get big with Michiko, right? This is why I think another body on the board.
Try not to. May your blade strike true.
Another body on the board will be better here than anything else. So let's see what my opponent can offer. Hollow Haunted, okay. Okay. Goes up to 11, sure. Borrow time. $13. This is bad. Take my Torens. I will take the Torens, obviously. So the best hit I can land right now is Wandering Emperor, but will it be fast enough against the enchantment players? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But let's see. So I'm forced to block here, and I'm forced to take out how much damage? This is 13. I need to go to 8, so 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will put me in Xaxis, huh? Wait. Math, quick math. 5 is 8. Yeah, I need to block for 6. I need to block for 6. This is not a draw I was hoping for, but I can still hit something, right? No. Let's go with you, let's draw a card of it. No! Okay. The 10-10 Trampler is the problem, and I think I still did it right with destroying Wedding Announcement, because Wedding Announcement would have produced too much value for him. But yeah, sometimes this is how it is. My opponent drawing card, it's a good game, my friend. Gabriel Gabot. I mean, maybe he thinks I have Destroy Evil. I drew Destroy Evil. It will be a savior, right? Destroy Evil would have saved me the game. Wandering Emperor would have saved me the game, but we didn't want to draw it. Instead, we draw a bunch of lands. So, not gonna block. No need for blocks. Cannot block Trample. Cannot block Trample. But it's okay, my friend. Let's go play another one. And here we are, in most likely our last game, and this hand looks actually really good. We have turn 2 Join the Dance, turn 3 Katilda, followed up by by Gala Greeters, maybe even something else, and then turn 4 King, or even Defiler of Faith with King. We're gonna see how it's gonna go. I expect at least something of it to die, and depends also what against we are playing. But in the last game against enchantments, I think a little bit unlucky. We drew so many cards, but never drew something cool. Cool land, cool land. The art is weird, but cool land, okay. You don't see the art because of my ugly face, but think about it as the art of the land, my face. So it's cool, right? Let's go with Join the Den. So my opponent is on Azorius Soldiers, and let's see if these Azorius Soldiers will give me or do me something good. Okay. You wanna draw cards? He does. Okay. We can do it how? We can do Playeble. Right? Right. Katilda do Playeble. Then we do play Gala Greeters. And we do play Recruitment Officer. Good turn 3, no? Creating a treasure. Because this is usually what is good at the beginning with Gala Greeters. The first skip is a treasure, and then afterwards you can start pumping and start getting life, because as early you get the mana advantage, as better, right? Because this way next turn, for example, we can play Defiler into the Adeline, and then it's already a dangerous board where my opponent needs to interact, and then King Daryl followed up by it will pump everything, and then we can go for a lot of damage. So this is my plan, my thinking, right, against this sort of decks. And we're gonna see, Don't forget also we can pump with Katilda, multiple things. My opponent turn 3, not really spectacular as my turn 3. And did he miss the land draw before? Oh, no, he played his strike officer before, okay. So I can play you followed up by Adeline, right? Right. This was my plan, and this is what I'm gonna do. Defiler of Faith, gaining me some life. And then follow up by Adeline with the life. So the Defiler of Fate paid almost for itself. I'm putting a counter on it so I can attack with Gala Greeters and getting another trigger for the soldier. And do we attack? Sure. Let's attack for a little bit. And both of my Fate and Adeline are now vigilant, so we are also accidentally a vigilant tribal. But hey, why not? Gala Greeter did its job already, right? Like, this is no question asked. And if opponent really blocks with Siege Veteran, wow. This is crazy. This is crazy. I never saw somebody trading a 3-drop that grows over time against a 2-drop that literally did the job already. Wow. Malkepic, I'm sorry, but this is not how you play it. This is not how you play it. I'm so sorry. Sure. And now we don't even need to spend life for it, right? We can just play with the treasures. This is why treasures are here. White, green, playing you. King Daryl to the savior. I live King Daryl. I live King Daryl. I live King Daryl. Атакуйте, атакуйте. 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 How much mana is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Атакуйте. 5. They are vigilant. I can attack. I can attack with almost all of them. Can attack with almost all of them. Because they are vigilant. And if some if he tries to block like triple or double, blow out or blow out, right? Blow out. That's all? Okay. Like, let's be honest, am I sad about something like this? I don't think so. I don't have the feeling that I'm sad about it. I can also theoretically, pure theoretically, play my Wandering Emperor. My Wandering Emperor right now and exile the Sky Officer. But I'm not gonna do it, because I don't want to do that. I want to give him a chance. Right. Because he has no other attacks, like he has no good attacks towards his vigilant dudes. Annoying, but what you gonna do, right? What you gonna do if they come for you?
Feel the energy of battle, then guide it like water.
I didn't make my math. I'm not sure if this will be enough, but I believe we can do it. No, we can't. Played around with the foot, but I mean, it will not change anything, right? Let's say I would have flashed in my Wandering Emperor before and trade or kill the sky cliff thingy. Oh, it would have changed the game. I would have won. I would have won. Why, you ask? Because he would not be able to attack with 5 soldiers, so they will not have flying. Oh, my bad. My bad, definitely. I mean, it's okay. That's all on me. You will not make the mistake. You will not make these mistakes with this deck. About the deck, would I recommend to craft this deck? Again, no recommendations. There is a really cool token synergy deck, Selesnya with Defiler. You see how fast we can go wide. We have abilities with Wandering Emperor. We have abilities with something like Destroy Evil to battle all the mono blacks and all the current play decks. Also against soldiers, usually it runs okay. Against soldiers, I never had a problem. But we beat mono blue. We beat mono red on the play. I think we would have beat these soldier decks too if I would not been a little bit bobo, so a little bit playful with my opponent. And it's sometimes the problem is when you play, you are like feeling too powerful, you know, and this is exactly the case. We had such a perfect curve, such a perfect turnout, opponent didn't have interaction. You take it too not serious enough, but I think if I would have made the math, I would have count a little bit more, because I thought that Hellbringer is maybe coming, but I thought still that Wandering Emperor is coming, or Muriel is coming, so Wandering Emperor can get flashed in earlier, but this is maybe my, let's say my weakness. I underestimate my opponent's net decking. The power of the deck that my opponent has, I underestimate it sometimes. It was a perfect example, right? Veteran into Hermit is play that was really powerful. I didn't expect that I can go from 3rd in life to 0 in 1 turn with the board that my opponent had to present it, especially after he traded with his Siege Veteran with my Gala Greeters. But this is how it can go, right? The Veteran pumped exactly as much as he needed. Herbin gives exactly the pump that the creature needed when he attacks with 5 soldiers. There was not even my Wandering Emperor enough, but so be it, it's okay. You will not make the mistake, I'm sure about it. You will chill maybe relax at evening and make your games thinking about my losses or my mistakes, and don't make these mistakes. Yeah, otherwise I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you like it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Ciao.